Hi, beauties. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dasha. I am so excited and grateful to have you here. Join me for another epic episode. And today I'm just going to riff on magic and miracle and manifestation. And I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to be juicy because some freaking crazy magic happened. And I want to give you a transmission. I want to give you I want you to have this experience that we've just caught up and we're having a little chat. And you're my friend, and I'm your friend, and I'm here to hang out with you for a little bit. That's my intention for this. And this is like not really a thing people do on YouTube, but I'm doing whatever the fuck I want, and so should you. So let's do a little drop in to start to kick us off because I wanna really hang out, and I have some magic to share, and I hope you do too, because I want you active in the comment section. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read over these and be like, holy fucking shit, thank you, hello, welcome, what an epic date we've had. So let's start with just taking some breaths and moving our body and really getting out of our mind, out of our head, down to our root. And just beginning to imagine roots coming out of your sit bones and just grounding down. Grounding yourself down. Beginning to breathe up the roots, this grounded earthy energy, all the way up the spine, towards the crown of your head. You might be feeling a little bit unpresent, jittery. So you can just get up and shake. You can pause this and shake and repeat the process. And if you're feeling the grounded earthy energy moving up, feeling you up, you might feel a little more grounded, a little more anchored, a little bit more supported, a little bit more held. So I want to hear how you are today. Put it in the chat. You can give me one word, you can give me a sentence, you can pause and write me a paragraph. Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this day? Are you okay day? Has it made to your country? It was created because this guy's friend killed himself and everything looked fine. Everything felt fine. So, Are You Okay Day got created for people to ask each other. And I think in Australia, the culture is like, how are you? Yeah, good. How are you? How are you? It's not like you're not actually like, how are you? It's just like another way to say hi, another greeting. Yeah, I bet you didn't know this is where we're gonna go when we're talking about magic and miracle. That's what happens with me. We go fucking deep. I'm a Virgo, Sun, double Scorpio, our rising and moon. So we love to go deep. And I was doing the drop in, I was thinking, like, in our fast paced world right now, it's all about quick, 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 hook them in, get them to stay, blah, blah, fuck, blah. And I was thinking, like, I'm doing everything opposite of what I should be doing. And you know what? I don't give a fuck because I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to be a slave to an algorithm. And the thing is, I have some really crazy things to share, but I'm a little bit stingy. I'm a little bit like gatekeepy. That's just who I am. So I'm like, you know what? I run a mystery school. I'm going to share a shit ton of free, mind blowing content, but I'm going to make people self select in and out. Like, I don't think just anyone should have this information. I think anyone can have it, but I think I want to make people work for it a little bit. And you can be like super sneaky and just fast forward. And that's you working for it. You really fucking want it. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. I reward that. But I actually want to reward people that know how to drop in, how to participate, how to actually have an attention span long enough to receive this. I want connection. I just cannot do the 30-second thing. It's just like, I hate watching reels. I love like turning on something like this and getting the transmission, getting the connection, getting the whole story, going on an emotional roller coaster. And sometimes you need a oomph of inspiration. That's my intention for these videos, is to have you leave like better than I found you. Have you leave like more inspired, more excited, like holy motherfucking shit, let's go out into the world and make a difference. Let's create magic. Let's infuse magic and miracle into the freaking world. Who's with me? Okay. So if you haven't already, pause this video and tell me, how the fuck are you? Oh, really? I'm gonna tune in for a moment while you're typing. And the thing is, I'm fucking awesome, right? But I'm not always fucking awesome. And I'm making this video because I'm fucking awesome and I'm feeling the vibration and I want to show up for you guys and give you something awesome, not come and be like, oh, fuck the world, fuck everything. I want to quit everything. And I've been channeling my money magic course, and it's been messing me up big time. But also, a huge part of money magic is money magic and money miracles. So I'm finally in that energy. And I'm like, hallelujah. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So you might have watched my other videos coming soon or whatever. But the thing is, we need to get really authentic and honest with how we're feeling. Because you cannot put icing on a shit cake or glitter on a turd. You just cannot. We have to use our shit as fertilizer. It has to be a fertilizer. We can't just cover it with glitter. It has to fertilize our vision, our mission, our purpose, right? So you need to actually feel it. So you need to get fucking serious. You need to be like, I feel like shit, or I feel angry, I feel depressed, I feel fucking awesome. But don't say I'm awesome when you're fucking not. You need to process those emotions, because if you don't, this is the frequency and the vibration that you're operating in. And then guess what? That's what you're going to create. The thing is, we are always creating, we are always manifesting all the time. You just say, like, oh, I did this when it's a good thing, but you manifested it when it's a fucking shit thing. You did that. And I'm going to be honest with you, I manifested 30K out of my reality. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? I was like on track for 50K, gone. More than that. I don't even want to tell you how much. I did that. I did that with my energy. I got a little bit, but that's what happens. That's what fucking happens. This is why we have the tools. This is why I created money managing. So then you can have the tools to work through all that stuff, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm gatekeeping. You fucking have to do my course. But like, or you can like do it, watch one of my videos on how to move energy and emotion, or Google it. It's not that hard. But my shit's skewed. So I'd invite you to sign up. I'm being cheeky, I'm sorry. But I'm also like not sorry, because it is the best thing ever. And I want you to experience it, and I want you to your life to change. And so anyway, we need to move through these emotions. We need to move through them. We can't put icing on a turd, on a shit cake, glitter on a turd. We just cannot, because what happens when you do that? You just magnetize more of what you don't want. And you're like, what is happening? Why is all these bad things happening to me? The other thing is, you need to. Yeah, you fucking need to. I'm telling you what you need. I'm being really cheeky. I'm in a really silly mood. I hope you don't mind it. You need to understand that the universe is conspiring for you, not against you, right? That you either win or you learn. So everything is a lesson. It's here to teach you something. So either you're fast tracking somewhere because you're like, I'm going to invest in this course or in this mentor who's already done the thing and they're going to teach me and I can learn quicker. Or you can take the scenic route. And sometimes you invest in a mentor and you're so like stubborn that you're like, I'm going to take a scenic route and I'm going to say that it's not going to work. But our beliefs create our reality, right? So you get to choose. This is why before every class, before every course, I tell you, I want you to choose that it's going to work for you because you get to create your reality because you are the creator of your reality. And if you don't believe it, try it on. And if you don't want to try it on, then okay, what the fuck? You're gonna create all this other random shit, and then I'm gonna tell you you created that. You're gonna be like, no, I didn't, and then I'll be like, okay, see ya, bye bye. We're gonna have this conversation. And the thing is, I'm being really spicy right now, and everything is consensual in my work because consent is the biggest thing. So I invite you to try it on, and obviously, I'm not gonna kick you out. I'm just being silly, but the magic thing of a mentor and a coach, this is a big thing for a coach, is not telling you. Yeah, a mentor can tell you because that's what they do, they mentor you. But a coach has to be really good at asking questions to get you to get to where you want to go. And that's a superpower, right? So I'm currently being a mentor. I'm just speaking at you, but I'll give you some questions to ponder. If you are not the creator of your life, then who is? And what is the most empowering belief to have? So the other thing I want to say is, so universe is conspiring for you, not against you. And there's these two archetypes that there's the victim, everything happens to the victim, and then there's the creator. You are the creator, radical self-responsibility. This is being a creator is uncomfortable because this is a funny thing. When I first learned this about money, I was like, no. What do you mean? No, I create the good things, but not the bad things. That's just coincidence. That just happens. That's not me. Do that. It's been there. I was like, no, I only manifest good things. How powerful is that? Not very powerful because you're giving your power away to something outside of you. But saying like, yeah, I created that bullshit into my life is painful, uncomfortable, and you're like, why the fuck did I do that? Because you wanted to learn the lesson. What is the lesson? There's many lessons, but one is probably worthiness, deservingness. Why am I having this whole conversation? I think because it's important to understand this for the foundation of manifestation and magic. You understand, like, if you understand, you create your reality and you can create anything. And oh my God, there's so much I want to say. So much I cover in my money course around this because we specifically talk about money. But that's it. That's the secret. I talk about how to stay in abundance is understanding the victim and the creator. So I want to talk to you about something crazy that happened to me today as evidence and yesterday. And I'm just like, and I already made a video yesterday about it because I was like, what the fuck? But more magic is happening. So I did some candle magic today. I love candle magic. I like any kind of magic. I teach a lot about setting up altars and energy fields, and I studied with Mandak Chia. I love Taoism. I love energy work. I love the concept of us being able to heal ourselves, our body through our mind, through breath, through energy, that everything is energy, it's abundant, that if you understand how to work with energy and you understand that everything is energy and you are energy and money is energy and whatever is energy, you're like, fuck yeah. So question to me is like, oh, but why don't I get everything? Or why don't you get everything? Why do you still struggle? Why are we still having a moment over this course? Because I'm human. I'm a soul. And you know what? Soul, try this or leave it. Like everything I say, just try it on like a Cinderella show. Doesn't fit, doesn't fit. So we're souls. We can do anything and everything in there, up there, somewhere. But we incarnated into this human experience because it's 3D, it's dense, and we can feel things like physically. And you know what? Souls love everything. They love the depths of grief and pain as much as joy and bliss. It's a feeling, it's something that is not able to experience. Whereas the humans, they forgot and they want to avoid suffering, but then they cause more suffering. It's a fucking paradox. It's a paradox. So why do we create challenges? Because think of any movie, any story. How fucking boring is it when everything works out? You know what? There is always a plot twist. There is always a evil person. There is always something going wrong. There is always like this moment where you're like, makes you hold your breath. It makes things exciting. It feels good in your body. It's like, it's the same. You want to live a life like that because you know what? I have got to places and I'm really lucky, right? Really privileged. I got to places where everything was awesome and it was great. But you know what was more fun? When I overcame a challenge to get there. It felt so much more rewarding. And I had this experience. One of my lovers was very wealthy and love him. He created this experience where I could have anything I wanted. And I got so bored. And it was beautiful because I was like, thank you so much for teaching me this lesson because I now know that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing what I love, following my mission and my purpose, pushing my edges, like doing things. I love entrepreneurship because it makes me feel so uncomfortable sometimes and overwhelmed and like stretched. And I love making big investments that feel edgy and scary. And I love doing scary shit like showing up in front of 600 people in my vulnerability, showing up on the screen and talking to the world, or being on stage and seeing all the eyes. I feel like, oh my God, a lot. Or launching myself, putting my heart out on the line and having no response. It's so painful. Or having like going so deep into love with someone who is really unintegrated and just having my heart stomped on because I was like, I'm courageous to open it. But it was worth it because the love felt so delicious and so good and so magical, and the pain was worth it. There's that saying, would you have rather never loved or loved and lost? And so many people say, like, never loved, I don't want the pain. But, like, yes, you fucking do. You want to experience the high. And the lows don't matter, they move through. You forget, and then you experience the new bliss. The thing is, why do people get stuck? Is because they get fucking stuck. They just get stuck dwelling in the victim and just blaming and shaming. So, there's two ways I want to grow with this. One is, a year ago, I had my heart broken really deeply. I was seeing a man more than a year ago who was unintegrated, mommy issues, projected all this stuff. It was like this. But I was working through, I opened a portal. It was at the Osho Center to deal with rejection, to heal my fear of rejection. So the universe, and I was like, yeah, I can handle it. Don't ever say that. It did. It fucking did. It was like I was hit with a brick. I was like, fuck. And it was like this, in and out, every day, dealing with the rejection, with the most painful thing. And it was leading up to New Year's. My biggest fear was to be dumped before New Year's and be alone. Of course, it happened. It was painful. It was horrible. It nearly led to the most craziest experience of my life. Blessings, as always, is this is something better. But in the moment, it was horrible. It was fucked up. And I remember at this open mic, I've been doing a lot of whirling and I healed my heart and I got the lesson that no one can break your heart. It is such a powerful space that it naturally just heals. It will naturally just heal. You just have to keep it open, move through whatever's in there, and it would just be ready for more love. The only way you can break a heart is by closing it. And I was at this open mic, and this woman shared that she had closed her heart for 15 fucking years. Imagine I closed my heart after that motherfucker. I would have missed out on so many opportunities just in 1 year. 15 fucking years. So, if you have done that, I invite you to start doing that work because you're missing out on a lot of magic in life because you're not just blocking it from pain, but you're actually blocking it from magic and joy and bliss and love. Let's take a breath into that. Remembering favorite frames, biggest takeaways in the comments. I love reading back to them. The other thing I want to touch quickly is on money, because lots of money doesn't always mean freedom, doesn't always mean opportunity, doesn't always mean like, oh, that person has so much money, now he can invest and start and blah, blah, blah. A very interesting thing I recently channeled about money. And what it showed me is, well, I want to talk about that, right? So there's many people in the world that have a lot of money and have zero ambition or drive. And that's a curse. They don't have fulfillment in life because they have everything and they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. So they turn to drugs and addictions and just like trying to escape this pain, this numbness that they just don't understand, or they're never good enough. They try to like step into their family's shoes, or they're made to, even though they don't want to, and there's all that pressure, right? So there's that. Then sometimes people are chasing the carrot, making all the money and not understanding what the hell they're doing and why. Money is not the goal, freedom is, right? Money responds to energy. So money doesn't equal, and it's kind of what I was sharing about, like this experience I had where I could have anything I wanted. I got bored. Luckily, I had a purpose, but when you don't, you're like twiddling your thumbs. Who has ever been bored in life? So boredom should lead them to creativity, right? And inspiration. But what if it never does? Because there's never a challenge. There is never a challenge because money buys everything. And they don't have the fulfillment of success because they just bought the thing. And no one ever celebrates them because they're like, oh, your parents just paid for it. It's not even you. You didn't do shit. And they're like, I work myself. And everyone's like, oh, it's just the money. It was easy. You have money. Imagine living a life like that. And yeah, obviously, imagine living life with no money and all that. Like, we all hear about that. We all hear about that and sold the idea that money's going to solve everything. Money just amplifies where you're at. Money just amplifies who you are. Money doesn't make you an asshole. You're a fucking asshole. And then money adds to the amplification of it. And then the world can see it. If you think you're going to be generous when you're rich, start being generous now, because I bet you're going to be in scarcity, holding on as tight as you are now. I was reading this book recently, and the guy talks about this millionaire that had like a 5-year plan to double his investment from 5 million to 10. It was in such scarcity that even when he hit, and he was like, when I hit 10, I'll be free, I'll be abundant, everything will be great. When he hit his 10 he was still in scarcity, so scared to lose it all. So this is why it's so important to do this inner work around it. Okay, so let's talk about my magic miracle thing and then we'll wrap up because I'm just going on a fucking tangent, but I hope you enjoyed it. I want to hear your biggest takeaways in the comments. If you resonate, if you're like, I don't know, fucking agree, all of it is welcome. I love my being challenged because I am all about having the most empowered and empowering beliefs. So if someone has a more empowering belief, I'm gonna fucking take that. I'm like, yeah, I'll try that on. Thank you very much. That feels like that's gonna get me better life, life. Thank you. This happened to me when I used to run a belief that all men were assholes. And then my friend's like, oh, really? I'm surrounded by the most amazing conscious men all the time. I was like, excuse me, I'm going to take that belief. Thank you very much. And guess what? The world responded. I was like, are you fucking kidding? I was like, I started being surrounded by the most amazing, conscious, loving men either. Also, then I met my boyfriend who was like the love bubble, my ex-boyfriend. And then I started doing inner work around healing my relationship with the masculine and men. And holy motherfucking fuck, the world responded. It's powerful stuff. So magic. Okay. So as you've seen, or maybe you'll see later, I don't know if I'm gonna do this in chronological order. I did this crazy ritual, which is part of money magic, which wasn't gonna be because I was just looking at my notes and I actually didn't have an embodiment practice for that. I had another exercise which is still in there, but this embodiment practice was the craziest experience. So it was, I created this practice for the energy of spending and embodying that money is infinite, to actually understand that money is fucking infinite. If you're like, no way, Jose, okay. But this is a practice where you have an embodied experience of it. And it's also about like that moment where you make a huge investment, or you've just put a down payment, or you've just paid for your fucking tax and whatever. It's huge. And you're like, oh my God, I just spent all my money, or I just spent a huge chunk. Like, is it more coming? So it's a practice for that. And I did it. I channeled it. I did it. And then money magic started happening. I told you, right? Like money out of literally thin air. Fast forward to today. Fast fucking forward to today. I'm on a call. I'm manifesting before I jump on a call. I'm like, okay, so I wanted my intention for this call is to leave with some kind of inspiration to make a video. Yeah, and I'm doing this like promo thing for a masterclass. So I jump on the call and it's fucking fire. I'm feeling all the feels. We have to do this exercise where we're in our body and we have to say our emotion, and people cannot do it. People could not fucking do it. They have to tell the story. She's like, stop telling the story. Just be in the moment. People can't do it. I'm fucking spicy in the chat. I'm like triggered. She's just chill. And I'm in the chat like, it can't be this hard, surely. Like, I want to give it a try. And and maybe I said something else in the chat. There was many things I'm saying in the chat. She called me out and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm doing spicy shit. So I'm like, okay, let's fucking go. There's like 600 people on the call. And I get anxiety, like big numbers live. When I feel, I'm very sensitive. So I'm feeling the energy. I'm on stage. And I'm laughing because I'm like, I've been so cheeky. And now if I can't fucking do it, shit. And I do my visualization. I'll tell it all. I'm walking down the aisle and I'm feeling like a fucking badass. I find my seat, I look over at it, and I am just washed over with worthiness and deservingness. And I plop down on my seat and I think to myself, I'm motherfucking manifesting queen. Just recalling that. Did you feel that? Are you feeling that? I'm fucking feeling it. I feel so good in my body. It's such because we had to recall a really like heightened memory. And for me, that was like just came, right? Because it was a moment I manifested something really fucking crazy. Like it was really unexpected, unplanned, nowhere gonna happen. And it fucking happened. So for me, it was a magic miracle moment. And maybe I'll go into it another day. There's so much. I don't want this to be like 5 hours. So I do this. We're just laughing. We're laughing. We're feeling it. We're in the moment. I'm like, I'm just electric. I'm just. And she says one thing. She's like, guys, you have to understand you don't need to recreate that moment. You can just feel the feels. And I'm just like, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna have this feeling every time I pop down into any fucking seat that I'm a motherfucking manifesting queen. Because I work a lot with energy and identity, and I can scientifically prove to you what it works. It works on like the human level, the psychological, mental level, and energetic level. And it's fucking insane. Anyway, so I have my mind blown. I check my email. Someone wants to give me more money, and I'm just like, out of nowhere, like out of fucking nowhere. And I'm just like, hella fucking lawyer. This shit works. Energetic work. Oh my God. What the fuck? What are we human? Stop humaning, start magicking. That's the moral of the fucking story. Stop humaning, start magicking. All right, my loves, this is going to be the end. Thank you so much for being here. It's such a joy. I love you all. I appreciate you for watching, for playing along, for commenting. If you're lurking, that's okay. If you're like active, I love you. I love you. You're going to see me respond to you. If you have any questions, pop them in. If I feel inspired, I'm going to riff on it. I love long form content. I have an Instagram. Give me a follow there. Give me a like there. Share my content. So I'd love to make a request. I would really love for you to comment something nice, your biggest takeaway, or just something really nice. I would love for you to like this. I would love for you to share this. And if it's possible and you share it on your socials or in an email or to your friend, can you share like why the hell they should watch it? Like what was your biggest aha? What was your biggest takeaway? What like excited you? What inspired you? Why do you want them to watch it? This will mean the world to me. And if you don't do it, don't fucking do it. But if you're open to it, thank you. I really want to grow this as much as I can in the most organic, magical, sweet, soft, like invitational way because part of my Shkoda, my mystery school movement, it's all about making magic and consent mainstream. And I'm like, how can I make this more consensual? Like, I don't want to manipulate you. I don't want to flash you my titties for you to watch this. I want to meet you on the intellectual level, human to human, like someone who has capacity to watch a video, to sit for a conversation, to like not have a billion tabs, not be on their phone, just be here with me, like connect eye to eye. And yeah, if you're multitasking, it's fine. If you're like doing your laundry, but like, I want you to just be here and feel me, watch me, like respond to me, connect to me in the chat. That means a lot to me. That's my desire. Maybe everyone would be like, loser, and wants to talk to you. I'm a fucking badass superstar. I don't know. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much. And I'll see you. I'll see you.